All right, I'm here with Chris Lalli, co-founder of the studio working on Hawken. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good, thanks.
And I'm also here with Andrew, who's from Co-Optimus. What's going on, Andrew?
Oh, I'm great.
Now, Andrew, you got to play a little bit of Hawken. What did you think?
I loved it. I'm not normally a mouse and keyboard guy, and I really dug it.
So Andrew doesn't play with the mouse and keyboard much, yet he did pretty well. Have you guys concentrated on like non-traditional, we try to make it very accessible, I should say.
Yeah, we definitely want anyone to be able to just play the game and enjoy it. There's definitely depth there where if you're playing against really good players, you'll know you're getting your ass kicked. But yeah, we definitely tried to make it more accessible than some mech games have been in the past where you need like all these crazy controls for stuff. Yeah.
But speaking of crazy controls, you do have a ridiculous looking controller over there. You guys have been working with, I guess it's a new company on that.
Yeah, it's the mech controller. It's a pretty recent development, and I still don't know all the details about the price of it and when it's going to be out and stuff. But it's going to be. We've got a lot of fans requesting joystick support, and just adds a lot to a mech game when you feel like you're piloting a mech. So that was definitely something we wanted to tackle.
All right, so Hawkins, it's a team-based versus game. Obviously, we've been saying it's a mech game. What's the player count on each side? How many modes do we have to play?
We haven't really locked down a limit to the players, but the maps are kind of designed for 6-on-6 to 8-on-8 matches. We don't want things to get too hectic and chaotic in the game where people are just like ganking other people, waiting for your life to get low, and that happens a lot when there's a lot of players. So I'd say 5-on-5 to like 8-on-8 is a good number for our maps. What else did you ask?
How many modes there are? What different kind of modes there are?
So there's standard deathmatch and team match, team deathmatch. Sorry, I think you'll be able to play that now. But the mode that I think is most fun is called Siege mode, and it's more tactics and strategy based, where you have objectives on a map, collecting resources and returning them to your base, and then eventually when you get enough resources you launch your battleship, which you've probably seen in the videos, like this big destroyer going over above, and that ship goes, you have to escort that ship to the enemy base, and the enemy's trying to take out that ship, and there's a really cool dynamics in that mode.
Yeah, that's actually the mode I got to play over there. I played right before I hopped over here, and that's what was going on. It was a lot of fun. The game looks great. I like how the maps are pretty vertical, like there's a lot of up and down and underneath and things like that. So I guess that's a pretty intentional design decision.
Yeah, verticality is really important. You have to manage your fuel to get up high, and while you're flying, you're kind of vulnerable you're a little slower and more vulnerable. So there's like this trade-off of getting to a higher, more advantageous point, and being aware of your surroundings up and down definitely adds something to the game that maybe other games don't have.
So you guys are free to play, right?
Yep.
So what kind of things are you going to do that's going to be kind of premium access for players, like customization, skins, things like that, or is there some other things?
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of like camo patterns, decals, a lot of aesthetic customizations available for purchase, things that just make you look different. We'll have a wider variety of weapons and stuff, but that kind of stuff that kind of affects game balance will be available just through playing the game as well. You can earn it by investing time instead of money. So we want to avoid the pay-to-win stigma of free-to-play games. And yeah, it's just, you can get it either way, but we're not going to unbalance the game by offering something overpowered to paying.
Now, were you guys always planning to go free-to-play, or is that a decision that kind of came along when you saw just how free-to-play is like really taking off here now all of a sudden, and
yeah,
a lot of big games are coming out as free-to-play?
Well, initially we had like 4 or 5 people on the team, and our goal is just to get out like Xbox Live, Steam, something downloadable quick. But when we released the video, it got so much crazy like support and attention that we started looking at our other options. And free-to-play was really appealing because, number one, it's a multiplayer game that needs a large user base to stay alive. And by being free, there's no barrier for anyone to just play it. You know, you can download the game for free and play it. So that keeps the user base a lot larger. We also like the idea of kind of listening to fan feedback and constantly updating the game and adding more DLC or adding more depth to the game based on the community feedback, and that's really easy with the free-to-play model.
You had mentioned customization and things like that. In the demo, there are light, medium-sized mechs. Now, I'm guessing there's going to be heavy that'll be available later?
Yeah, we have a heavy mech, which we haven't revealed yet. And then within the different classes, light, medium, and heavy, you can kind of tailor your play style depending on your weapon loadout. So if you want to be a sniper, you just pick the appropriate weapons. If you want to be close range, you pick the flat cannon or whatever.
It's got darker and lighter. Okay, so all right, I think we're getting a good idea what Hawken's all about. So we were talking before the show. Obviously, we're all about co-op gaming, and we'd love to see something in Hawken. So is that something you guys have been considering?
Yeah, definitely. We don't have any concrete plans. We haven't announced anything, but right now the focus is the multiplayer FPS aspect of it. But we're gonna offer a training mode where you can go in and get a feel for the weapons offline and fight against some drones and NPCs. And eventually, what we'd like to do is kind of enhance that and create some sort of co-op horde mode for players that want to play with a friend and just kind of kill stuff, you know. So I think further down the line we won't launch with that, but it's definitely something we want to.
Excellent, cool. That's it for me. You got any other questions?
I think you covered it.
All right. Well, Chris, thank you. It's looking great. Can't wait to get our hands on it. Oh, that's a good question. When can we get our hands on it?
So the open beta is December 12/12/12. Pretty easy to remember. We're gonna have a closed beta a little earlier, probably in the fall, but we haven't announced a date yet. So if you register on playhawken.com, you'll be put in the running for the closed beta and the open beta.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, no problem.